From a guy just trying to figure out his path in life, to one of the fastest rising creators on the planet, Zack D Films has completely flipped the script on YouTube Shorts. He even managed to outpace MrBeast in monthly views, something nobody thought was possible. But Zack isn't like the creators you're used to. Despite pulling tens of millions of views every single day, he doesn't drop merch, he doesn't pause videos for long sponsor reads, and he doesn't use clickbait titles that overpromise. Instead, he relies on one thing only: the strength of his storytelling. While other YouTubers were busy chasing trends and deals, Zack quietly built one of the biggest empires on the platform just by posting the kind of stories that fascinated him. And here's the wild part. Most people who watch his videos have no clue who he actually is. They don't even know what the D in Zack D Films stands for. That mystery only makes him more intriguing. Everyone talks about the insane number of views he's racked up, but barely anyone stops to ask the most important question: how did he do it? This is the untold story of Zack D Films, and how one man with no flashy intro, no gimmicks, and no personal brand turned short-form storytelling into a global empire. Before the billions of views, before the subscriber milestones, he was just Zachary Jettle. Born December 28, 1992 in small-town America, Zack was the kind of kid who didn't just accept how things worked. He wanted to know why. If something caught his attention, he had to break it down, piece by piece. He wasn't loud or trying to grab attention. Instead, he focused quietly on the things that mattered most to him. That curiosity-driven mindset would become the foundation of his channel years later. In 2013, Zack took his first step into the media world by enrolling at Butler Community College to study mass communications. There, something clicked. He realized he didn't just enjoy watching videos. He was drawn to the process behind them. What made a video connect with people? Why did one story stick and another fade? Not long after, he transferred to Fort Hays State University to study business, hoping to combine creativity with strategy. And then came a breakthrough. He entered the International Entrepreneurship Challenge, competing against 66 teams worldwide, and won first place. It wasn't about the trophy. Winning gave Zack proof that his vision had potential, but for him, it was just the start. After college, Zack launched his career as a freelancer in Texas in 2017. Armed with just a laptop, a camera, and the name Zack D Films, he began producing content for anyone who needed it. Martial arts schools, summer camps, retreat centers, even promotional videos for entire towns. He took every project that came his way.
The techniques of what is commonly known as Tong Sudo combine elements of Shotokan karate, Subak, Taekyoung, and Kung Fu.
One project in particular shaped him, a short film called An Honest Answer. It told the story of a man stuck in a job interview for a position he didn't even want. On the surface, it was just a film, but deep down, it was Zack's own message. A quiet confession about not wanting to settle for the safe, ordinary life everyone expected of him.
My last question for you is, why do you want this job?
So I guess the reason why I want this position is I just want to be able to be part of an organization like this.
Zack poured out his heart in the video about the norms and cultures of the society being followed for years.
Even though I have friends that do it, I just can't, because the voices of teachers who hated their lives and parents who were seen as not worthy unless they had a college degree pushed stability.
That project became a turning point. Zack realized if he wanted something bigger, he had to take a risk. On June 8, 2021, Zack finally created his channel. At first, YouTube wasn't his full-time job. He was still working as a video producer, using his salary to fund the channel. His first video was a mini documentary about Buc-ee's gas stations. It didn't go viral, but it set the stage. The real change came in February 2022, when he posted his very first YouTube short, a quick breakdown of Jeff Bezos' wealth compared to the average person.
Let's pretend this equals Jeff Bezos' net worth of $186 billion. A millionaire would have about 33 cents.
That opened the floodgates. Then came his breakout hit, Toyota's $2.3 billion mistake. The video wasn't just informational, it was emotional. It told a tragic story with weight and clarity, and audiences connected instantly. The video shot past 9 million views, and Zack's channel exploded. By April 2022, he had 500,000 subscribers. Just 4 months later, he crossed 1 million. At that point, most creators would cash in. Merch drops, sponsorships, collaborations, endless smash the like button reminders. But Zack refused. Instead, he doubled down on quality. He poured money into high-end animations that looked more like professional documentaries than YouTube videos. He showed his face less, asked for almost nothing in return, and focused on stories that would stand the test of time. But with rapid success comes an unavoidable shadow: the copycats. See, there's a big difference between being inspired by a creator and straight up stealing their content. And Zack's rise made him a prime target. Take SnapFacts. Instead of making their own content, they literally downloaded Zack's videos, flipped the footage, slapped on an AI voice, and called it a day. The kicker? They forgot to remove Zack's watermark. Every frame of their original video still had his name on it, just mirrored. Shameless.
If you accidentally swallow a tooth,
It travels down your esophagus and into your stomach.
then powerful acids and enzymes start breaking down the softer parts of the tooth, like the pulp.
However, the enamel is more resistant and might not fully break down,
Next, the partially digested tooth moves into the small intestine.
where it continues to be broken down by bile and digestive enzymes.
Finally, any remaining fragments are passed through your digestive tract and excreted with waste.
Then there was Simply How. Instead of sticking with Zack's family-friendly style, they leaned into shock value. Controversial, borderline offensive questions designed to bait clicks. And it worked, skyrocketing them to hundreds of thousands of subs in months. From TikTok scalpers reposting his clips to AI-generated knockoff channels, Zack's success became the blueprint for cheap imitators. To this day, even with more than 35 billion views, he's only ever taken one sponsorship. And instead of cramming in an ad, he built an entire video around it, teaching people about credit card scams while naturally tying it back to Ridge wallets.
Thief can use a small device to secretly scan and steal your credit card information. But if you have a Ridge wallet built with RFID protection, it blocks the radio waves emitted from these small devices.
It felt more like a documentary than an advertisement. Of course, not everyone loves his style. Many people complain that his medical videos are too dark or graphic. From disturbing surgeries to bizarre medical cases, Zack doesn't shy away from uncomfortable topics. But for him, it's not about shock value. He's genuinely fascinated by how the human body works, how it fails, and how it heals. He's even CPR certified through the American Heart Association. For Zack, these aren't just gross stories. They're lessons, and they fit perfectly into his brand of curiosity-driven content. And maybe that's what makes Zack D Films so powerful. In a world where YouTubers fight for attention with drama, gimmicks, and endless selling, Zack does the opposite. No flashy persona, no loud intro, no fake hype, just stories. His channel description sums it up perfectly. A collection of things I find interesting. That's the beauty of it. He's not trying to trick the algorithm or play the game. He's building something real. And in the process, he's become one of the most watched creators on the entire platform. And that's how a quiet kid with a camera and a curiosity for stories transformed into Zack D Films. A creator who proved that on YouTube, sometimes the simplest formula is the most powerful.